Warm greetings. Today is Tuesday, August 6, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I would like to discuss several hurricane season forecasts that were updated today, including the forecasts from the University of Colorado and the Tropical Storm Risk Group, which continue to project that this hurricane season will be hyperactive. Additionally, we will be talking about two tropical waves that we will be monitoring over the next few days. The first will be moving near or over Central America and the Yucatan Peninsula, and has a low probability of cyclonic development, while another tropical wave will be emerging from Africa and, in the long term, may encounter favorable conditions for development when it passes near or over the northeastern Caribbean. But first, I wanted to give an update on Tropical Storm Debby. At the moment, it is moving out of the state of Georgia. It is a tropical storm and continues to bring heavy rains that are affecting South Carolina and North Carolina, where significant flooding is being reported. In the latest bulletin from the National Hurricane Center, it is projected that between 8 to 12 inches of rain will fall between North Carolina and South Carolina, so flooding will continue over the next few days, at least until Thursday and Friday. Therefore, it is important that if you live along the eastern United States, you stay aware of the evolution of Tropical Storm Debby. Now, let's talk about the updated forecast from the University of Colorado regarding the cyclonic activity they anticipate this year in the Atlantic. This will be the last seasonal forecast, and updates the one they published in July. Basically, they continue to project a hyperactive season, although they slightly decrease the number of expected tropical storms from 25 to 23. Of these, 12 could become hurricanes, and 6 of those could be major hurricanes. They also forecast an accumulated cyclonic energy of 230 units, which represents almost double the cyclonic activity we typically see during a normal season. The University of Colorado's forecast did not have significant changes, and so far, 4 tropical storms, 2 hurricanes, and 1 major hurricane have formed. Therefore, over the next few months, the University of Colorado is forecasting the formation of 19 tropical storms, 10 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes, i.e. Category 3, 4, or 5. This tells us that the hurricane season is just beginning, and despite having a relatively calm July, August, September, and October should be hyperactive, especially in the coming weeks, as we will be discussing in the next few minutes. The main reasons for continuing to project a hyperactive season are the following. First, we do not have the El Niño phenomenon in the Pacific. We are in neutral conditions, which decreases wind shear across the Atlantic. Additionally, temperatures remain extremely hot in the tropical Atlantic, near record levels recorded in 2023. Moreover, during July, atmospheric pressures across the tropical Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea have been below normal, which is also an indication of a very active season. On the other hand, over Africa, we have had above normal precipitation anomalies, which is an indication of strong tropical waves forming over the continent and continuing to emerge over the next few weeks. All these factors favor a hyperactive season. This hurricane season is just beginning. Furthermore, the Tropical Storm Risk Group updated their forecast. They project that a total of 24 tropical storms, 12 hurricanes, and 6 major hurricanes will form. This is almost identical to the University of Colorado's forecast. In this case, they project that 20 tropical storms, 10 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes are still to form. After a relatively calm period, significant changes are expected, which we have been announcing for several weeks. A favorable phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation is moving across the Atlantic and will be established over the African continent and the Indian Ocean at least until the end of August, creating very favorable conditions for cyclone formation in the tropical Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea. This favorable phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation will favor the formation of thunderstorms and instability, dramatically reducing wind shear. You can see in this image how it is projected that by mid-August, wind shear will be extremely low across the tropical Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea. In fact, today, the University of Colorado also published their forecast for the next 2 weeks until August 19th. And you can see that historically the Atlantic region begins to see more cyclonic activity as we approach the peak of the season. In their 2-week forecast, they have up to an 85% probability that it will be more active than usual due to the passage of the favorable phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation. Remember, we are monitoring a tropical wave located north of Colombia, which will maintain a west-northwest trajectory over the next 5 days and could find marginally favorable conditions to develop either east of the Yucatan Peninsula and Belize, or over the waters of the Bay of Campeche. The possible development of this tropical wave will depend on its trajectory. If it remains south over land, it will not become a tropical depression. but if it consolidates further north, the chances of developing a tropical cyclone increase. It is important for residents of Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula to stay aware of the evolution of this tropical wave. At the moment, the National Hurricane Center maintains a 30% probability of development, and although operational models do not develop this disturbance, some members of the GFS model show the possibility of developing a low pressure either east of Belize or in the waters of the southern Gulf of Mexico. We will continue to monitor its progress, but for now, it seems that it will move over Central America, which could limit its development. Regardless of whether it becomes a tropical depression, some rain is expected for the region between Honduras, Nicaragua, Belize, and the Yucatan Peninsula, with 50 to 100 millimeters of rain expected over the next 5 days. Additionally, we will be very attentive to the next tropical wave that will emerge from Africa over the next 2 days because, in the long term, models show the possibility that it will begin to develop when it reaches near or over the northeastern Caribbean. In this case, you can see that the European model has a strong tropical wave crossing over Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic during the afternoon or evening of next Tuesday, i.e., in about 7 days. Additionally, the German model also shows a strong tropical wave crossing over the northeastern Caribbean during the afternoon of next Tuesday. And the members of the Euro model continue to project that conditions may be favorable for the development of a tropical depression or tropical storm just north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Some of them even see the development of a tropical depression just before reaching the Lesser Antilles. And although this is a long-term forecast and can change significantly, it is important that next week we monitor this tropical wave as it moves toward the Caribbean region. In addition to this active period that we have been anticipating for several weeks, you can see that the NOAA Climate Prediction Center has marked the region towards the northeastern Caribbean and parts of the Greater Antilles, as well as waters of the Gulf of Mexico, as areas where some type of development may be seen over the next 10 days. This shows us how the probabilities of development are increasing from the second week of August and extending until the end of the month, where they also mark this area with probabilities of tropical cyclone development. When we look at the most recent projections from the University of Colorado and tropical storm risk, the changes occurring in the Atlantic region make it quite certain to forecast that August and September will be hyperactive. It is important that everyone in the United States, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean review their emergency plans to face any cyclone that may threaten us in the coming weeks and months. Remember that here on Hurricane Info, I will continue to monitor any disturbance that has the probability of development, and so you don't miss any of the videos, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Go to the bottom of the video, click on the red button that says subscribe, then click on the bell so you receive notifications when I record new videos. I bid you farewell for now. Tomorrow I will record another video to talk about this tropical wave approaching Central America and any changes in the global model projections of the next tropical wave. For now, except for the states in the eastern and southeastern United States, there is no imminent risk of a tropical cyclone impact. In general, let's enjoy the calm while it lasts. Well, I hope everyone has an excellent day. Until then, goodbye.